Let's go.
Welcome to Comics League Dark, the premier news show of Comics League at its new time. That is 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Once again, 10 p.m. Eastern Time is going to be the primary time when we will do Comics League Dark, because it doesn't make sense anymore to do midnight, and that is too late for my old man butt. So let's bring in I hesitate to call them colleagues, but all right.
I am Phoenix!
Hello.
Hello.
It got really warm in here all of a sudden. You know, that's really strange.
I'm feeling some heat.
Flame on! How's everybody doing?
And
all the hopes and dreams of Krypton live in you now.
And thank gosh you guys changed your times. Yeah, David, it was tough on us too.
Long time coming.
Wait, I got something to say. That was a marvelous intro.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay, Taladia gets the my man. Taladia gets the my man for that.
I don't get it. What's marvelous got to do with it?
He said marvelous.
Yeah, like marvelous, like Miss Marvelous.
No, except it would be spelled Marvel-is.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, real quick, there is one more guest we need to announce.
Hey, what's up, Courage?
Hey, Courage.
Is also co-host.
The sun is still out where I live. Yeah, the thing is that I only had it at midnight because I couldn't, because obviously my old schedule had me ending work at midnight. So obviously I couldn't do this. So I was like, you know what? I don't have that schedule anymore. Let's just move it earlier 2 hours. So it's still dark. So I can still keep the CLD dark. But I was like, okay, whatever. But so let's start. So we have a couple of different topics. Do you guys want to talk about the comic book stuff first? Because I have two comic book news items. Number one is the crossover that no one saw coming. And two, we're going to be talking about what we think are the most important comics in the history of the media.
Wait, New Direction is canon now? God damn it.
Well,
DC
yeah.
You're ripping me off.
I will make it canon. I stole your thunder, Nick. I'm sorry. That's just me.
You know, I think DC has gotten to a point where they realize even hiring Bendis was a mistake.
Also, the new Punisher revealed, and I'm not impressed. The Punisher is Frank
almost
Castle.
like a Bendis point. I'm sorry, not Nick. Great, not Nick's got me doing it.
All right. So, which topic do you guys want to talk about? The most important comics, or do you want to talk about the crossover?
Rawr. Rawr.
All right. What the heck is going on?
Basically, some popcorn fun, which is really needed since DC launched Night Terrors. Because
here's the thing. Of all the crossovers that they could have done, this was the one that was not even on my list. But now that I think about it, I want this so badly. This is a pull list book right here.
Well, I think Godzilla's been crossover with a bunch of stuff lately, because I know they did a Power Rangers Godzilla crossover recently. So,
well, that makes sense.
Yeah, naturally.
But my question is, what's Godzilla gonna do against Superman and Wonder Woman?
And Wonder Woman.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Taladia. The power couple of comics. I had to do that for
this.
This
ain't my fan war. This isn't my fan war,
Jared. No matter what, I guarantee you it will be a super wonderful fight.
Yes. Or it could be, here's the way it's going to go. Okay, you ready? I'm going to make a prediction. They're going to fight for like an issue or two, and then they're going to team up against a threat. That's the way these crossovers always go.
Just like arguably three.
Can you imagine? Yeah, go ahead, Taladia.
Just like how Power Rangers and Justice League was. Yeah,
but
when that crossover happened.
Can you imagine how badass it's going to be to see Godzilla and King Kong teaming up with the Justice League? This is one of those things I didn't know I wanted. I'm like, what the hell?
I think at some point Superman's going to say, "All right, Kong, enough monkey business."
Not your best word, man.
Wait. Batman is gonna make his own version of Mecha Godzilla.
No, the
No.
Mecha Batzilla.
No,
Oh,
no, no,
you know
no.
what's
You guys
gonna
will just use
happen?
the Hellbat
No.
suit if you're gonna do
No.
that.
Jay Heat, you know what they'll do? They'll actually canonize the monkey mech suit he had in Batman Ninja.
No,
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 he-
no, no, no.
No.
Wasn't that
He's
Animal's
gonna,
Instinct?
no,
One at a
he's gonna have a Batdom, as in Gundam, but Batdom.
time. Yes, exactly.
No,
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be the Bat
No, it's gonna be
suit.
called Mobile Suit Batdom Wing.
No,
Yes,
no, no,
exactly.
no. As Nava says, Mecha Batman versus Godzilla versus King Kong. Yes.
Yes. Can't get enough of these giant monster movies. I love them. Wonder if they're gonna finish it with a nod to G 1985. Superman tosses him into a volcano and smashes it into Capman. That'd be cool.
Pause.
Yeah, and by the way, David was like, "Yeah, they're gonna get thrown around." Yeah, I know. As big as those guys are, Superman. But
Wonder Woman.
Godzilla's the newest Robin.
Oh my
I can
god!
see it.
Now
Oh,
I want to
God.
commission an artist to draw Robin, to draw Godzilla in like the Robin outfit.
For the
No,
love
no,
of
no.
God, please.
King Kong.
Actually, no.
King
Godzilla is not going to be the new Robin. Godzuki is.
Who's got Zuki?
Get him out of the
King-
stream. Get him out of the
Godzilla's
stream.
son, the son of
him out.
Godzilla.
Oh,
Get him
God.
out of the stream.
Godzilla has a son.
Get him out of the stream.
Is that in those crappy American movies?
No,
Yes.
the Japanese ones.
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah,
No.
both actually.
No,
believe it
King
or not.
Kong joins the super fam. Oh boy, that'd be awesome. Like, imagine Damian Wayne and John Kent team up with Mothra to fight Godzilla and Kong.
And of
Oh.
course,
Like I said before.
no. Here's what's gonna happen. Okay, Mothra is gonna join the fight. Then Mothra is gonna die, and then as her little things fall, Batman is actually gonna grow to King Kong level size, and Batman is gonna enter a boxing match
But
with
wait.
Godzilla, and he's gonna win because he's Batman.
No. You see, here's what's gonna happen, Nick. I'm gonna piggyback of your idea. Mothra's gonna show up. They're gonna call him Mothra, and then Batman's gonna go.
Why did you say that name?
You got the right idea, Jay Heat. You got the right idea.
Yeah, you know I had to play that when you had to make Batman grow.
All right. Make my Mothra.
Yes, that is awesome. But I was just like, Godzilla's son was definitely the goofier, lighthearted Godzilla flicks. He had a mech and Batman Unlimited mech versus mutants. Yeah, so he could do that. Heck, Iron Man has a celestial fighting armor. Heck, no.
No,
Wait,
no,
doesn't
no.
Damian have a bat
Batman has
dragon?
his own
Last
Gundam.
time I checked.
Batman and Charles Barkley fight Godzilla. Who's
Ba-
Charles Barkley again?
He's a basketball player.
Actually, okay, guys. Here's let's do this fun. Think of the craziest comic book crossover. Obviously appropriate, but just think of the most ridiculous crossover you could ever think of. Go.
Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Dude.
No, it's gotta be
I
crazy.
said no. Crazy, ridiculous. Also, that's actually happened. Like
Yeah.
for example,
Stuff that won't happen.
Colgate toothpaste meets Batman.
That's a good.
Star
That's
Wars and Star Trek.
Wonder Woman and Wonder
Dude!
Bread.
I said, oh my god, craziest, like ridiculous, like.
All right,
Tom and Jerry becoming Batman and Robin.
they've done that.
Hanna-Barbera has done so many DC.
Did you
gags,
see
it's
Zack
insane.
Snyder posted a photo on Vero like a little while back? That's like him pretending like he's directing the next Tom and Jerry movie, and he goes, "I can't wait to bring my signature dark style to Tom and Jerry."
Oh, I got one for you. Crypto meets Underdog.
That's good. I like that one.
No.
Crypto, Super Dog. God, I am old.
Scrappy Doo versus Batman.
Jay
Get
Heat
him out
has
of
a
the
good
stream.
one. Jay Heat has a good one. Snyderverse and the MCU. Snyderverse wins, baby.
Snyderverse always wins. You all know that.
Actually, no.
I got one.
Depends which
No.
phase we're talking about.
Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League versus James Gunn.
Oh,
Isn't that basically a gun point? God damn it! I'm done. How many puns have I done?
I got one. Wonder Woman and Clash of the Titans.
That is so natural. I'm surprised that hasn't been done.
No. This is a three-way crossover. All right.
God damn it, Nick.
Wonder Woman, Red Sonja, and Xena Warrior Princess.
They've done that, I think.
As much as I
No.
would pay good money to see that, I'm pretty sure it's already been
Xena has
done.
met Wonder Woman.
I think Red Sonja has met Wonder Woman.
But what about
Hercules?
Xena? Guys,
don't
Xena
think
Warrior
Xena.
Princess. Xena and Wonder Woman.
So it's pretty much Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Except-
Jared, you walked
except-
right into that one.
Except one of the characters is literally lawless.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Tevia's got an excellent one. The Boys versus the DC Universe. I've done a fan edit of that, and the Justice League wins. So there you go.
Justice League always wins.
And by the way, the Boys versus DC versus Marvel. Marvel loses, but DC wins. I'm just going to tell you that right now because there's no way Marvel is going to fight the DC Universe and the Boys. But anyway, so the point that I want to make with highlighting this is this feels like comics are getting back to that point when everyone's like, wait, what? They're doing what? And that's been missing from comics for so many
For how many
years.
biscuits?
What?
But no, it's like a pun. For how many biscuits they doing this for?
I don't know. Oh, by the way, Tevia,
I get it.
this
I
has
know
been
that, right?
done.
This has
Okay.
been done.
They've done these separately.
I got one for you. The Justice League versus Chuck Norris.
Oh, jeez. That's a slaughter
That's
right
what
there.
We are old. It is official. We are old.
Well,
How
oh,
many people don't even know who Chuck Norris is?
I got one. Batman versus Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
Bruce Lee versus Batman.
I
Carpenter?
thought you were about to say Chuck Norris. They
And let's
literally did that
happen.
in film. Yeah.
And by the way, I still say Batman because Batman always finds a way. Bat God,
It's a,
baby.
it's a
Let
close
Chuck
fight.
Norris.
It's a close
Let Chuck
fight.
Norris.
I'll
Here's
give you
another
that. It's-
one. Here's another crossover, and Nava brings it up. We're getting to play as both Omni-Man and Homelander in Mortal Kombat. And
Yes,
Peacemaker.
it's
Yeah,
and Peacemaker. It's
I
all
don't care
happening,
about
boys.
Peacemaker.
All right, I got a legit question for you guys.
Mhm.
Omni-Man versus Superman.
Superman. Because Omni-Man does not have the sheer power level. He's not powered by the sun as Superman is.
Valantramites are
Omni-Man is-
slightly
Omni-Man is
stronger than
pretty powerful.
Saiyans.
I
It's
think-
not by much.
I think Omni-Man could legit give Superman a run for his money.
A run for his money, or be like Superman fighting maybe Ultraman equivalent, but he wouldn't win most of the matches, I don't think.
No,
Oh, no.
God, I almost said Homelander. Omni-Man would put up one hell of a fight.
Oh,
But the moment Clark starts trying, the moment Clark goes 100%, he's in the ground.
I don't know. I think we kind of have a repeat of like Superman and Doomsday because I do feel like Omni-Man is close to Doomsday's.
Every bit,
Oh,
Doomsday
wait.
level. Every
But
bit.
Nick, you're forgetting. What we have here is a perfect opportunity for me to cut loose and show you just how powerful I really am. I swear, the biggest crime if the Snyderverse does not return is that we don't get to hear Henry Cavill tell that to Ray Porter.
Huh.
Jared, if I ever do get to meet Henry Cavill, I am gonna record him. Like I'm gonna go to a panel and ask him to read the World of Cardboard speech, and I'm gonna tape it for you.
Please do that. That will be an early birthday present for me if you would ever do that, and I would be indebted to you.
DC wins, J-Heat.
DC versus what's Gao?
God
of War.
Oh, DC.
Actually,
Actually, hang on. Now that I think about it, Kratos kills gods.
like he's killed Zeus, like, and he does it without too much trouble too.
He's killed the most powerful gods. Here, this is the thing. When we did like Kratos versus Wonder Woman, even then I had to say Kratos.
Like, not only has Thor killed
Kratos.
the Greek gods, he's also killed the Norse gods. So I'm sorry, but I got to give this one to Kratos. I think Kratos could defeat Superman pretty easily.
And Jay Heat, Thor, mythologically accurate Thor versus the Justice League. New Direction has the answer to that. It ain't pretty. Oh, Tevia's got a
Tevia's
good one
got-
for me.
Yeah.
Wait,
Spawn
wasn't Angela
and
bought off
Angela versus Superman and Wonder Woman, because Spawn and Angela were briefly together in the comics.
Yeah, I remember. Angela was bought off by Marvel, I believe, in 2015.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Here's what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here's what happened.
Story
So,
time with Phoenix.
Yes.
Yeah. So Neil Gaiman he wrote for Spawn, and he created the characters of Angela and Medieval Spawn. And so he got into a dispute with Image, and so he sued Image for the rights to Angela and Medieval Spawn. And he won that case and got the rights to those characters and immediately sold them to Marvel as an FU.
Well, the thing about that is also Todd really didn't have that much of an argument because when you wrote for Image, any characters you created were your characters. That was one of the founding tenets of Image. So, but anyway, on to this. First, who wins, Spawn or Superman?
Superman.
Yes.
Superman.
Just by sheer power.
Yeah, and in terms of Angela versus Wonder Woman, I still say Wonder Woman.
I'm gonna say Spawn.
It's closer though. It's a lot closer though.
It's a lot closer.
I would say Spawn will beat New 52 Superman.
What?
That's
he can
just me.
expel solar energy from his body in an explosion.
But Spawn has guns and blades and all these different things.
Correct
all
me.
things that
Wait,
Superman
wait.
is.
Yes, thank you. Correct me, Taladia. What happens when Superman is shot with bullets and stabbed with a blade?
The only trump card that Spawn has is his hell magic. Like I think like Spawn punching Superman might affect him, and if like he uses the claws, the chains, the stuff that is like imbued with hell magic, that but that isn't enough. That isn't enough.
Here's the thing, though. When you're bringing in the new 52 Wonder Woman, here's something that you have to understand about her. She's powerful, but when she because what they established in the new 52, being Zeus's daughter, when she takes off those gauntlets, her power level jumps from like a 6 to a 10 because it's essentially holding back her power. So if she takes off those gauntlets, let me put it this way: she has gone toe to toe with Doomsday Superman without those gauntlets on.
So what you're saying is her power level goes over 9,000?
Yes, exactly.
It's over
Thank you, Nick.
9,000.
Yes, exactly. Kratos has a Hulk thing going. The guy doesn't seem to have limits. Anytime he hits a wall, he ends up willing himself to tear. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kratos is literally the only character where I think there is. I can't dispute that he would destroy the DC universe.
Also, a lot of Kratos' attacks are magical in nature. You know.
Yeah, especially in Superman.
Yeah, I like. Also, can we agree Ruin King Thor bodies Superman?
Every bit.
Who's Ruin King Thor?
It's basically the Superman Prime, Superboy Prime version of Thor.
I'll give you that. If you're equaling him to Superboy Prime, Thor already has magic, but you're supercharging him to that level. Yeah.
I mean, basic Thor has a shot at killing Superman. I'm not saying every time, but even like basic Thor could.
And Tevia, just because Death Battle says something doesn't mean they're right. I've caught.
Death Battle is biased as hell.
I have caught so many things, like Batman versus Iron Man, where Iron Man wins. I'm like,
barely.
Also, but I will say their assessment on Superman versus Goku was spot on both times. Like basically they summed it up like this: Goku is a character to break limits. What can you do against a character who literally has none? And the thing is, both times they never even brought in Superboy Prime into that fight either time.
Like Superboy Prime would destroy everyone.
I'll give them that matchup. They were fair.
Now,
I'll give them
here's a question: Superboy Prime versus Kratos.
Superboy Prime.
Because you're dealing with Superman power levels, but no weaknesses. Absolutely none. Sorry, it's Superboy Prime.
I mean, wait, are we counting the enhancer suit or counting base Superboy Prime?
Both.
If you're counting the suit, definitely. But if you're counting Crisis on Infinite Earth Superboy Prime before he ends up in the pure dimension, it could go either way. But once he gets that suit, it's game over.
When you look at Infinite Crisis before he goes in there, and like he basically does to the Justice League what mythological accurate Thor did to the Justice League.
For those waiting for God Killer 2, y'all are in for a treat.
Oh boy, that's
Jared,
a bloodbath. Yes,
I got a good versus for you. Infinity War Thor.
Okay.
So versus Zack Snyder's Superman.
Oh,
Snyder cut
jeez.
Superman.
Snyder cut Superman.
No, like
No.
I think Thor might actually win this one.
Maybe
Actually, you know what?
Endgame.
Here's a better one.
No, not Endgame, because like he's really weak.
Magic.
So, like-
but here's a better matchup. Infinity War Thor versus Zack Snyder's Wonder Woman.
No, that's even worse matchup because Wonder Woman has the immunity to Day. But like because Wonder Woman is not only is she immune to lightning, she's empowered by it. So like that's even worse.
No, I mean,
Snyder-Man.
I'm Snyder Man. I'm saying it goes to I'm saying Nick, in that case it goes to Wonder Woman.
Well, you just want to create a matchup where Wonder Woman wins. So
Well, I just want to have a situation.
Are we really having
where,
this debate again?
No. I just want to create a situation where Superman is defeated by Thor, and then Wonder Woman is like, "Okay, I got this," because it essentially turned into the BVS Wonder Woman entrance when she shows up and bodies Doomsday. And here's a good one: me versus all of them. Winner me, loser them. They are fictional.
I mean, yeah, that's not
Infinity-
that's not a debate.
Thank you, Matt. Here's the one point there, Nick. Infinity War Thor. The problem with Infinity War Thor, he's too overconfident. He doesn't think things through. Hence, why he didn't go for the head.
That's what she said.
I mean,
Okay.
that's a very one-off, very specific context of the situation. But the fact of the matter is, Stormbreaker took the brunt of a fully powered Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Literally one of the most powerful things in the universe, and was still cut through it like butter.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You could argue
As
that's
much as
momentum.
I love Superman,
He's
seeing
not winning
that Superman. I gotta give that one to Thor. If he's that powerful, sorry.
Also, like, look at how easily Thanos bodied the Hulk, and like,
Yeah.
you gotta imagine his skin has got to be like really hard to pierce, but like, the axe just cuts through it like butter.
Yeah, I'm good with that. And Death Battle Omni-Man versus Homelander. Omni-Man, because Homelander is not that strong.
Like, literally, a stiff breeze could defeat Homelander.
You know, it's kind of funny. When I did my Homelander versus the Justice League fan edit, you know, what was the #1 comment I got? Why? Who would ever think Homelander could stand against the Justice League?
Okay, I got actually a better fight for you. This one's actually a little more interesting. Soldier Boy versus Captain America.
Soldier Boy, because he can have that explosion.
Let's take that out of the equation.
Captain America, because Captain America is a better fighter.
I don't
Captain
know. Like, Soldier Boy has been constantly fighting since World War II. Remember that.
But he was also
Yeah.
knocked out the same story as Captain America.
To be fair, just because Cap it was frozen in the ice, that just means he's still in his physical prime, even with the super soldier serum.
Yeah,
Soldier Boy is at the tail end of his prime. 5 years left at most.
But also, like, the serum kind of makes you effectively immortal to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on whether or not Cap goes all out from the start.
And,
If Cap
here's
goes all out-
the other thing. Soldier Boy is not afraid to fight dirty. That's something you guys got to take into account.
That
Cap
is true.
fights-
Not gonna lie.
Cap
that is
fights
true.
insanely clean, whereas Soldier Boy,
yeah.
he'll put some dirt in that eye.
The
Yeah.
only way Soldier Boy
So-
can beat Cap is if he plays dirty. That's
Yeah.
that's
Which
the only
no.
way.
you know he will.
Our next topic, you want to talk about a movie topic, or you want to do another comic? Because I have one more
there's a-
comic topic.
There's a movie topic that I've kind of been wanting to go
Okay.
on about.
Let's.
I want to hear.
let's-
I want to hear him. I want to hear what he has to say.
Oh,
Honestly.
okay. Let me make the banner real quick. So to hype this up, okay. So for the longest time, Nick was the only one of our group that hadn't watched a certain superhero movie. So he finally watched it, and this is
It
gonna
sucks.
be
I love that.
Nick. Yeah, I love that too. The floor is yours, sir.
All right, so The Flash hit digital on Tuesday, and a buddy of mine wanted to have a movie night. He's got like a really kick-ass like movie set up and whatnot. So we went up there and watched it, and while I will be saying one or two positive things about this, mostly all of my concerns were about confirmed. The story was meh. Like the whole story was meh. The CG was atrocious. Like people fighting out. Like, oh, it's supposed to, like it was bad. It was really not even like that one scene we're talking about. The score was horrendous. It's just like, oh, we'll just keep repeat. Like they just kept repeating. Like they just kept mashing the Batman theme. Like it was cool at first. But, like they just kept repeating it as if like, oh, you know. It was just
that's
like
what it was meant to be.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
I'm
but that score was not meant to be used in that way. The score that score was not meant to be like they used it as a leitmotif, and that score is not meant to be a leitmotif.
It is not.
It didn't work when they used it in the movie that doesn't exist.
Oh yeah,
like it didn't work then, and it doesn't work now. As far as the inclusion of Keaton, I thought it was okay. The one good thing about this movie was Supergirl. Like I feel like Sasha Kali, Baby in the Microwave that was stupid. Like yeah, that. Sasha Kali as Supergirl, I actually think she acted really well, and god dang is that woman fine. Like I like the moment where she's like I will help you fight the Kryptonian. Like I actually wouldn't mind seeing her as Supergirl in more projects. So she gets the Phoenix Press approval from there. It just feels like this movie was aimless, and it's like, oh, we need an antagonist. So like, it's just I don't know. It just kind of like ends. The movie just decides to end. And I don't know. All in all, I'll give this movie a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. With The Flash, all right.
Here comes the copium, everybody. Here comes the copium.
No, looking back on it, because there's this great photo that shows like the CGI, like when they CGI Zod, Feora, and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that looks bad. That looks bad. And again, not touching the scene at the end with the multiverse and stuff. That's its own can of worms. The problem with it, here's the thing. I get the feeling that what it was, because remember this movie, the budget of this thing has bloomed and bloomed and bloomed and bloomed because of how many rewrites this movie went through. And at one point, it probably got ridiculously expensive to complete all this. And Warner Brothers was like, okay, Warner Brothers being Warner Brothers was like, nah, it's good enough. They're not going to care. Little did they know we do care. And the thing about like, yeah, I do agree. The best use of the 1989 Batman theme is when he's parachuting out of the Batwing, and you see the Batwing in the moonlight.
That was cool.
That was a
nice touch. That was a nice touch.
But I feel like the best use was when they first unveiled him. That like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, and I did like the highway chase scene in the beginning of the movie, even if it did end with a Wonder Bat scene. And I'm like, that's the one silver lining, because now that scene never happened.
But the problem is they dialed back Bruce's character development, because Bruce now would have like oh, my ego prevents me from saying thank you.
Yes, I'm like, what the? Also, did you notice they took away his voice modulator?
Yes.
And why was Batman standing like this? Why?
All I'm going to say is that this was
maybe he really had to take a dump, but like they wouldn't let him.
And Nick, let me ask you this: as the Batman, as the huge Batman guy, what'd you think of Affleck's Batsuit?
I thought it was cool. Nice little Neil Adams tribute and whatnot. I have no issue with it.
The way I saw it is that it got a lot of heat, but the way I see it is that it's a lighter suit for use with the Bat Cycle. By the way, the Bat Cycle is freaking dope. I love that thing. The Flash movie should have gone for 100% nostalgia brain, bring back Jack Nicholson's living corpse as the Joker. That would have been funny. He comes back as like a Joker zombie. The thing is, the rumor is that if they couldn't get Keaton, they would have gone to Bale, which I still think you would have run into the issue. And then if they couldn't use that, they would have just done Flash. See, here's the thing. They should have just done Flashpoint. with Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne Batman, just done that story. Because then you could have had Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa doing something instead of falling into a puddle.
Well, what they should have done is what they really should have done is what everyone wanted anyway. Have Jeffrey Dean Morgan play Flashpoint Batman.
Yes. Or
he's come on.
And Tevia brings this up. How do you feel about the alternate endings of the Flash you would have gotten? So there's an alternate ending where first it would have set up Man of Steel 2 with Cavill and Kaye. First off, so my theory about Supergirl being in Man of Steel 2 is correct. Thank you. And they would have had a scene with Superman and Gal Gadot, and I'm like, I need that for my fan edits, like, because they don't interact that much in the freaking Snyderverse. I need that. And then it also would have set up the Deathstroke movie against Batman.
Yes. Plus, as well. Plus, did you see? I remember in the group chat where the Batsuit was different.
Yeah, the silver Batsuit. They showed the Batsuit that would have been in the original post-credit where Bruce is like, Barry, come find us in the multiverse, and would have set up a Crisis movie. It's the same Batsuit from the Flash, Nick, except it's like black and has a silver bat.
No. He'd be saying, Barry, you need to find us.
Kind of like yes.
Like the whole like double like for first off, like, is that supposed to be Savitar? You know, he kind of looks like like at that point, why not just make it Reverse Flash? Like it's like come on, like, you know, like how cool would the setup have been? It's like you have this Reverse Flash has been messing with you, and you have this other double, and it's revealed that like the double has been Barry all along. You change his name to Earbird Thawne. Like, come on, it's great storytelling.
What I would have
loved, the perfect setup.
Can we get? I do wish I've heard people talk about this, but I do wish we would have gotten a Speed Force like chase and fight with the two Flashes at the very least, because they just stand around and do nothing.
It's like the movie realized, like, oh crap, we need a villain for this movie, so they literally just pulled one out of their butts at the last minute, and it's just so milquetoast.
Yeah, I would have loved the second ending. Would have been amazing. And so the way it was going to end, Nick, the original ending, it was going to have both Keaton and Affleck be in the universe as Batman, except Keaton would be more of like staying as the Bruce Wayne persona and being like the Nick Fury of the DC universe.
I'm not completely on board with that because, for one, it sounds kind of stupid to have two Bruce Waynes in your universe.
Well, he could have changed his name. He could have been Thomas Wayne. But I thought you guys read comics because that wasn't Savitar. The idea was Savitar, Dade. The idea was Savitar.
I'm going off of the Flash version, the TV show version, because he does resemble the TV version of Savitar a little bit. Like
the TV version of Savitar was the Barry Allen that went evil. That I'm sorry, that is who that is.
No, the whole George Clooney ending, I don't think that was stupid, to be honest with you, because
it unnecessary. Unnecessary.
Like, I get that, not stupid.
One at a time, guys.
For the joke they were trying to do, I thought it was fine. Like, oh, everything's great. Oh, Batman's here. Like, wait, that's not my Batman. Like, I get the joke, and that's kind of fine. But like the fact that they're not going to do anything with it is just like.
Could we ever have a Flash movie where he creates the Reverse Flash? That would be cool. How about just a Reverse Flash movie which shows his origin and him becoming obsessed with Barry? That'd be cool.
I mean, like, I thought that's what they were trying to do with this movie. Like, they had the perfect setup for Reverse Flash, you know, the variant or whatever. Like, he could have been a perfect Reverse Flash.
Well, first off, what I would have done also is actually have, instead of two Barrys, just have Grant Gustin show up and he's the second Barry, because they set that up at the Crisis for CW, so they already know each other.
Notice how they just all call him Flash after this? Like,
yes. Well, it's because according to the canon, that crossover with Grant Gustin, that's where he gets the idea for the name The Flash. That's why as he fades away, he goes, The Flash. The Flash movie was always going to have to live in the shadow of the TV show and Ezra Miller's real life stuff. It had no real chance, and then they went woke. It was like shooting a dead horse. How'd they go woke in that movie, though?
Well, it's not that they shot a dead horse. It's that they took a chainsaw to a horse that's been sitting out in the sun for 2 weeks. That's what happened here.
God, I did
And
not intend to-
reportedly, this is something I'm not believing. They said that the cut that everyone was raving about was not the one that we saw. I'm like, sure it was. Sure it was.
Also, I really don't care for like, oh, you could have gotten a Batman Beyond movie if you just supported this movie.
No.
That's such a bait and switch. That is such a gaslighting. Like it just makes
First
me mad.
off, here's what they don't tell you. That would have been a Batman Beyond. The details of this Batman Beyond movie came out. It would have taken place in the modern day.
No cyberpunk aesthetic.
It wouldn't have been the
whatsoever.
future. In other words, it wouldn't have been Batman Beyond.
To be fair, Batman Beyond takes place like roughly 40-ish years in the future, and like if we go by like because remember, Batman Returns came out 30 years ago, so like we could have a Batman Beyond movie set in 2030.
What I mean is that it would have taken place in the main DC continuity in the modern day. Yeah, I'm like, suck it, Warner Brothers.
They could have
Roller
done a Blade Runner.
Well, here's what I would have done. Okay, I would have set it in 2032, where Michael Keaton, he'd be in his 80s. Okay, and this would be set in the Batman 89 universe.
Yes,
and it's set, and so we're going off of that. So and then in that Gotham, it's cyberpunk. Okay. And it's strictly set in the 89 universe. So, because, like, you know how, like, architecturally that is, in that 30 years, you could make it cyberpunk. Make it all cyberpunk and have it, 2032 or something. Like, have it be near future. And it could work. That's how I would do it.
Matt goes, I would pay money for a movie or single TV season adaptation of Gotham by Gaslight. Yes. They could play it like Sherlock Holmes. So anyway, let's move on to our next topic because we've kind of beaten a dead horse with this one. But it's another Snyder-related topic.
Roll the clip.
So, Barbie apparently made a Snyder Cut joke.
It's more of a reference call out, because our queen Sammy, she posted the actual clip on YouTube, and it like I think people are kind of getting bent out of shape about this because like if you actually watch it, it's actually kind of mad. Like I don't really see where like the insult is, but
the thing is, Nick, here's what it is. Because for the longest time, the Snyder fandom was the source of derision and jokes. So we're hypersensitive to any time a movie, particularly by Warner Brothers, references it.
Yeah, and that's all it was a reference. They weren't saying anything good or bad about it. Like
she was honestly, like, I had a dream where I was
positive.
The joke is, spoiler alert, one of the Barbies goes, I was having a dream where I was obsessed with Zack Snyder's Justice League. They put a Snyder joke in the movie so the Snyder community would talk about the Barbie movie and get their hashtag going. Oh, that actually is not a bad marketing tactic.
To be fair, David, like I'm with Jared on this. I could actually see that happening because like the marketing for Barbie has been on point, and I actually give it respect for its marketing. But yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah, that's what I think, and I'm like, we're definitely taking it a little too far. We're definitely taking it a little too seriously, but can you blame us at this point? I'm just like, nah. So next topic, there's not much we can say with that. So you guys want to talk about the most important comics or Blade returning next?
Blade.
Okay, I'm down with that. Right. So there's a rumor that in Deadpool 3, Wesley Snipes' Blade is going to show up.
Okay. I got to say this, get out of the way. Some mother ducker's always got to ice skate uphill. Sorry, I had to get it. I had to get that out of my system.
What do you guys think? First off, is this legit?
I mean,
I believe it when I see it.
I'm gonna say like it's possible because Wesley Snipes needs the money. He has said he would be up for returning to the role of Blade, and Ryan Reynolds is a very persuasive person. So like I could see him returning as Blade, because the thing that for a lot of these actors, this is a one-off. This is like a one-off. Hey, I'm here for like a few weeks. I do my thing, have some fun, and go out. You know, it's so like for a lot of these people, it's an easy paycheck. So I can see a lot of.
Matt says, hot take, maybe the first Blade movie is arguably the second or third best comic book movie of all time. I still haven't watched the Blade movie, so I can't weigh in on that.
You've never watched Blade?
Yeah, I never watched Blade. Will Blade be delayed longer than The Flash? Well, it's probably going to be straight up canned. That's what I think is going to happen with Blade.
I mean, have you heard like some of like I don't know if you've heard some of the production stuff, but apparently Mahershala Ali has like rejected multiple versions of the script for reasonings like there's not enough action in them. Apparently, at one point, the story was gonna be setting up Blade's daughter as like the next Blade, and props to Mahershala Ali for being base.
Yes. Mm-hmm. For saying no, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. A question. Marvel Studios Blade movie dead and buried at this point. Yeah, exactly. I think they're waiting to make that announcement. Plus, with the writer's strike, they can't exactly do anything. So I feel like eventually they're going to be like throwing the trash can.
Yeah, I think when I think we're gonna like, and that's like a kind of a larger topic of like Marvel is going to scale down their stuff a lot. Like, Captain Marvel is going to underperform at best.
Oh yeah.
And when there's like such that sharp drop off, because like even with them pushing it, I don't really see much talk about it online. Even the shills really aren't pushing it as much as you think.
The only discourse I hear is how cheap everything looks.
Yeah, and it's like literally the only Marvel project that has any sort of hype is Deadpool 3.
Yeah, and the thing about with the Marvels, they're basing it off of 3 characters that historically can't sell their own books.
Yeah.
That's the other issue right there.
Like I will say, Ms. Marvel, the Netflix show, well, the Netflix show, but the Disney Plus show was actually, I enjoyed it. The
show was good, but here's the thing, Nick, that was the lowest viewed MCU show.
And then I will say, I do like Monica Rambeau and like the Photon character.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say I do like Captain Marvel.
Well, because then I was thinking of Monica Rambeau as Captain Marvel, so
okay, there you go, that works.
But the thing is, even Monica Rambeau has some really bad problems with character. She let Scarlet Witch go free after enslaving all those people when she literally just went on a murderous rampage. So that's kind of a black stain on her character.
By the way, I have a meme I just want to share real quick. This is kind of related to our first topic, but still, the caption of this meme is the Oppenheimer post-credit scene. Are you ready?
Nice.
The story is that all the nuclear testing is what awoke Godzilla.
Well, that's his origin. That is his origin. So
yeah, so that's what they're going with. So I'm like, oh, that's a good one. I love that one. So,
oh, did you hear that for the next Top Gun Maverick movie, the post-credit scene, and he's riding his bike, and then all of a sudden something crashes into the ocean near him, and he goes there, and he's like, Hal Jordan, you have shown that you can fight great fear. You have been chosen.
And then it says your Captain Marvel's comics sold well in the early 2000s. Then she got transformed into the woke, short-haired, hyper-feminist. Wait. I was about to bring that up. She wasn't called Captain Marvel at that time. She was called Ms. Marvel, and she was written by a competent writer.
Yeah. I think he's talking about like the Chris Yost reboot. Of
I'm talking about
Ms. Marvel. Yeah, the Chris Yost version.
No, I'm talking about the Brian Reed version.
Okay, maybe Chris Yost was the artist. But
I
yeah,
think he was the artist. Yeah,
because Ms. Marvel actually did have a surge in popularity. Because if you look at some of the cartoons, like Earth's Mightiest Heroes or something, Ms. Marvel is actually in them.
Yeah, that's such a great.
So Jared's away. You guys know what that means, right?
What about?
Okay, it's not Chris Yost. I think it was just like a different run or something like that. The point is, she was a lot more popular when she was Ms. Marvel. Even Tristan is like, yeah, I liked her better as Ms. Marvel.
You and Tristan actually agreeing on something?
I know. That's how you know Marvel screws up, when they got me and Nerdette agreeing on stuff. That's when you know you screwed up.
And just like that, balance was restored between the four kingdoms.
And also, Civil War II happened, and 3 guesses on who wrote Civil War II. Speaking of Bendis' point. Yeah, so that's where I want to talk about that. So for our
I think the thing that really ruined Captain Marvel as a character was Civil War II. I think that I think there was a lot of people that didn't like her design or whatever, but it was really Civil War II that really cemented the hatred of the character,
because she was just a raging Karen for the whole event. Literally, that's where the Captain Karen name comes from.
Hilarious.
She literally had the haircut in the movie.
In the same way that Civil War I was a character assassination against Iron Man, Civil War II turned out to be a character assassination against Captain Marvel.
Ironic.
Yeah. I just gotta say, like in Iron Man 2, he's literally telling the U.S. government, "No, you can't have my suits. F you." And in Civil War, he's like, "I am the government."
Well, yeah, okay. He's like, "I effectively privatized world peace."
Basically, he becomes the new head of S.H.I.E.L.D. He goes on a power trip, and then everything sets up World War Hulk.
No, it sets up Secret Invasion, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't World War Hulk come?
Yeah, but of the Bendis events, it was Secret Invasion that followed.
Okay.
So speaking of Secret Invasion, hasn't that been like tanking in the ratings?
Yeah, but I like it. I think it's a cool show.
It's mid.
Did you hear that? Like they're actually talking about putting Secret Invasion on ABC, and
I saw that the first 3 episodes. Yeah,
and Ms. Marvel is coming to ABC, and like something is coming to Hulu. Like that's how desperate they are.
Oh, let's talk about this real quick. So they're bringing back Kamala Khan as a mutant, surprising literally no one, and now and they're changing her powers and everything, making her a mutant. The Kamala stands are turning against her. So Clownfish TV literally did a video that says, "Oh, it's cool to hate Kamala Khan now."
Comic Civil War happened because editorial decided they want.
Okay, like, did they not realize like Ultimatum went down badly even when it was going? Like that was a very poorly received thing. Like, why the frick would you let that happen in your main continuity when you already shown
that it would work as an outside of continuity story? Hence the concept of Elseworlds. Wait.
What?
Oh, I was sorry. I was checking something.
But
bringing Ultimate Invasion, that's a desperate play by Marvel editorial. I'm just going to call it for what it is.
Particularly, here's my concern with that. It sounds like a great idea on paper, but when they say they're going to tell the stories as if they take place now, I'm like, oh no.
Updated for modern audiences.
You're going to take what was badass about Marvel and you're going to take what little goodness Marvel has left and throw that out in the toilet. Well, that's just what and also here's the thing. Also, Amazing Spider-Man is also like making people pissed off.
Also, can we talk about like the garbage tribute cover they did, where they reenacted the Phoenix Saga famous cover?
They also reenacted the Grant Morrison X-Men cover. Also, they're trying to force her. They call her in the tweet the heart of the Marvel Universe.
And to that, I call bullshit.
She's not the heart of the Marvel Universe. Arguably, that's Spider-Man.
She's not No. She's not the heart. She's the anus.
No, that's Captain Karen.
Aren't they the same thing?
No.
Nick got it.
And also, Superior Spider-Man is coming back, and I'm like, why? Marvel's doing a lot of stuff that I'm like, okay, but why?
When all else fails, fan service.
And also,
I'm actually really concerned that in the Spider-Man video games that they're gonna do the Superior Spider-Man story, because like they have it set up, like with Doc Ock and whatnot.
It's there.
It's
like
there.
they have the light switch, like with Doc Ock and his body failing. Like I'm really scared that for the third game they're gonna do Superior Spider-Man because like, oh my god.
So the other thing I want to also bring up now that we're on this Marvel kick is that they're redoing the Punisher. They're giving a new character the Punisher like mantle, and I'm like, oh
Why?
no.
Wait, isn't Frank Castle technically currently in another dimension in the comics right now?
I mean,
Yeah, but they
this is he-
effectively killed him.
they brought
Killed
back
him,
his wife.
basically.
They brought back his wife. They literally resurrected his wife for the sole purpose of having her divorce him, mock him, belittle him.
They cucked him. But anyway, so here we go here. In this action-packed new Punisher saga, Frank Castle has disappeared, but evil will always need to be punished. With all new threats rising to claim innocent lives, criminals will need to beware of a dangerous vigilante hunting them from the shadows. Enter a new Punisher, retired S.H.I.E.L.D. Black Ops agent Joe Garrison. But what brings him back into action? What put Garrison on the path to vengeance? And then when the smoke clears, we'll even make it out alive. By the way, I hate this Punisher logo.
It's not even a logo. It's just
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
even
not
a
even that.
skull. It's just it's
Yeah,
safe.
see, it's so stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't make.
Why are
any
you
sense.
doing this, Marvel?
Peacekeeper 1 had a better design than this.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they
God.
cucked Frank Castle. Thank you, Hominus. I really appreciate that. How much you want to bet? Let's take bets. When do you think they bring back Frank Castle as the Punisher? Because
I
they
give
made
them
so
2
many mistakes.
years. I give them
yeah.
2 years.
Less than 2. I'll say
I
less.
give
than
them
2
less
years.
than 2 years, honestly, because
Yeah.
this is not going to go well for them.
Oh no. Wait,
I
that's
think,
the Punisher-
honestly,
Huh.
here's the thing. With Marvel going in the tanker in terms of the movies, because part of the reason why they had carte blanche to do whatever they want is because they had the goodwill of the movies. If they lose that, which they're rapidly losing that, I get the feeling they're going to be a little more like, no, go back to the way things were when people were actually buying the books and seeing the movies. Yeah, Tevia, I agree with Tevia. And I know that that's a statement that we're saying a lot of statements I never thought I would say. I see Frank Castle coming back in 1 year. Yeah, I'd say 1 year.
Here's what's gonna happen. Okay, I give it 5 years because what's gonna happen is Marvel's gonna go on the crapper and they're gonna eat it of all right, quit this rope crap, actually bring people back. So what we're gonna see is Frank Castle is gonna come back. He's gonna be the classic Punisher. He's even gonna have the symbol because at some point they're gonna need to try and win back the regular comic book fans. And as jilted as they have been, it won't take much to win them back. Just do what people want. And we saw this in the late 90s because after the comic book bubble burst in the late 90s, sales were in the tank. So what did they do? They gave people what they wanted. Like they finally married Clark and Lois, as it should
Arguably, not a lot of people wanted that, but that's besides the point.
Hey, you got a TV show out of it and it's all gangbusters.
Oh boy, it needed those TV show numbers to be successful. What did they do also after that? Kill Superman. It's almost like it's almost like
Jared. They killed him before this.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say it's almost like Superman said, "I'd rather be dead than married to Lois Lane."
Yeah,
No,
the death of Superman happened. Death of Superman happened about 5 years before this.
92.
92 and then 97, so 5 years.
Okay, so what actually happened is that Clark goes, "Okay, death won't work, so I guess I can't escape this woman."
Wait.
Jared,
I gotta say this.
You are
One at a
so
time.
easy.
One at a time.
You are
Nick
so
first.
easy. You are so easy to trigger, buddy. I love you.
No, I know.
I gotta say this, right?
All I
Jared
had to do was to talk about the correct ship of Lois
Taladi
Lane.
is first.
Jared always has to bring up why Lois Lane doesn't work as Superman, and it literally, he's wrong. It works.
Oh, really? According to
It's
sales,
worked for the past
Wait,
100 years.
Wait. According to sales, I'm right.
It's not about the sales,
You're
though.
Yes,
so
it is.
easy,
It's a
buddy.
company. It's a company that makes money. It's not about
it
the
is-
sales.
Popularity
so-
contest.
Just
Popularity,
for
by
anyone,
the way, was in the Superman and Wonder Woman book.
for anyone listening, if you want a cheap and easy way to derail any stream that Jared is running, just talk about Lois and then talk about like her belonging with Superman, and
I
that
have
is
one
an
rebuttal.
easy way to derail a stream.
Yeah.
I have one rebuttal. Super.
Wonderbat.
Super.
Wonderbat.
You shut that song, I'm gonna remove you.
What about?
Okay, so it looks like it's just you and me, Nick.
Well, talk about
Regret
F around
nothing.
and find out.
Where
Remember, see, here's what you guys don't have to understand. Since this is my stream,
I forgot that was even a slogan. When Lucasfilm released that, that was the beginning of the end.
Mhm.
Go to Movie Theater King's comment.
he says, let's see. Movie Theater King, the future. Oh, God.
Yeah, I forgot that was even a thing.
Never forgive Lois Lane for cheating on Superman with Danger Mouse. She cheated on him. I can use that as
That was-
evidence.
That was a gag in the Silver Age.
Oh, remember, Bendis, this is the one good thing. He kind of had Lois, it implied that Lois was cheating on Clark with Lex Luthor. I'm like, thank you, Bendis.
That really is some Simpsons.
They had Lois in pursuit of her own career, being the selfish woman she is, leave Clark and go on a star-hopping adventure with John and Jor-El.
Savage says
now
it
that's
was
a
made
different
up.
situation. She's
Wait,
protective
wait.
of her child.
Wait,
Now,
JD.
once
No, but
she
she
abandoned-
said because there's a story there. She didn't say to protect John. She said, "Oh, there's a story out there."
Jared, sorry to burst your bubble, but apparently it's just made up.
Now there are a lot of gag stories, especially in the Golden Age, where
Oh,
Lois would just
trust
be
me.
paired with just about anyone. There are a lot of gag storylines.
The-
There was one with Lana Lang. There was one with.
oh, and
I
by the
think
way,
Jimmy Olsen got one. If I
real
remember
quick,
correctly.
this is the one time I'm gonna highlight a Super Sons reference from Tevia. She also abandoned her own son in space. So
I'll
thank
give
you,
that.
Tevia. Thank you. There's no defending that. So Wonder Woman would never abandon her child in space.
Wait, when did Hippolyta Kent get in this? I'm sorry.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, if we're going by New Direction, her daughter's a Green Lantern. So that's the universe that Jay Heaton are designing. And by the way, I'm convinced it would sell better than whatever the hell DC is doing right now. They didn't make a female Captain America. They did.
That's
They
Captain
did.
Britain.
No.
That is literally
They
Captain Britain.
actually did in a series called where it was like Captain America's shield was stolen for some reason, and then him, Bucky, and Sam went around the country and discovered that every state like had their own Captain America, and one of them was a woman, one of them was a disabled person. It was basically like diversity Captain America.
Wait. Every state had a Captain America.
I think like every state or every town had their own Captain America or something like that. It was really stupid.
Yeah, wasn't there like a Captain Puerto Rico or something? That,
There was a captain of there was a Filipino Captain America that Marvel got heat because the name they gave this person was the Filipino word for male genitalia.
Okay.
What?
Literally, that Marvel got heat for that.
Wait, when did Nightwing get into this?
No,
I am on fire tonight.
Jay, don't mention Nightwing to Jared because then he'll talk about Nightwing and Batman.
Why do I have you guys on these streams? What I really mean is Nightwing and Batgirl. That's my favorite ship. Those are the two that Nick left. Nick left.
Oh, that's a low blow.
I got
man.
him to leave. That is
That's a
the
low.
best. That is the
That was a
best.
low blow from hell.
That's a
Captain
low blow.
Sweet Jeez, this is the best. Nice gerbil.
Oh.
So let's move on to our last topic.
Wait, is
All
Phoenix actually coming back? Because I think
Is
you
it-
broke him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming back because he did that.
So this is where you hang out.
So you and Starfire finally tied the knot, huh?
No, me and Batgirl.
Hi, guys. Oh, I do.
Nick's
I
face.
broke him. I got him. I got him. That is excellent. That's my
That's
favorite.
breaking along the
That's
Geneva
my favorite
Convention.
clip I have ever made. I'm sorry. That is my favorite. That is
Why?
my Michelangelo. So
But
next
no,
topic.
you have to blame
Why?
you have to blame Jay Heat on that because he
Did you
mentioned
just call
about
him
Nightwing.
James Heat?
Wait, what?
He just called you James Heat.
Well, you gotta blame Jay Heat on this because he mentioned Nightwing. So that set up me, and then I set up the host.
Yeah, and then I had to defend myself, Nick. It was a defensive action.
Friendly
the way,
fire.
For
Friendly
doing
fire.
that, you guys are on the bottom. So our last topic. I want to talk about some of the most important comics in the medium since its inception. We're gonna and this covers indie as well. I'm just saying that this is like comics in general because obviously we would have to talk about like Spawn and all that. And we're going to ignore Action Comics #1, Detective, because those are obvious answers. So what do you, I'm going to go around real quick. What do you guys think is like the most important, top 5, the most important comics?
Now you're talking like individual issues, runs.
You could do like storylines.
I would say the Chris Claremont run of Uncanny X-Men.
There you go.
Definitely goes on there. Let's see here. The Marv Wolfman George Perez run of New Teen Titans. For
There you
sure.
go. I like that.
Probably the single greatest comic book in history is the one where Clark and Lois get married.
Do I need to play the clip again? Because I'll play it again.
At this point, it's just revenge. This is a vicious cycle.
Dweeb.
Thank you.
As for me, and this is in no particular order, the Chuck Dixon Nightwing run, which I actually am planning a what if with if Damian debuted during that run and Nightwing adopted him. Hopefully Phoenix can collaborate with me on that.
Honestly, be really cool.
Like we're talking like when he was in Bloodhaven and the cop stuff.
Yes. Maybe
would
Damian
actually
could have
be
been
really
hired.
cool.
Damian could have been contracted to take someone out. Nightwing discovers him. This is Damian. He would not be subtle in taking out a target.
No,
Because you got to realize that's a totally different era of like DC Comics.
He wasn't even Batman at that point, I don't think.
This Chuck Dixon was like 93, 94.
Mm-hmm.
And Damian already.
No. Nightwing issue 1 premiered in 96.
Oh, my mistake. But you already had Son of the Demon in 1987, and then you had Kingdom Come, which actually used that same concept in 96. So this would be like right after.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Damian wasn't Kingdom Come? I thought Red Robin was Dick Grayson.
Ivan Zufrosh. Same concept, different character.
No. He wasn't Robin in that comic, Nick, but he was a character in the comic.
Ivan Zufrosh.
Oh, so it's like a Helena Wayne kind of situation.
Kind of like that, yeah.
So mind if I do my quick 5 before I have to head out?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Geladia.
Yeah, go ahead.
So obviously number 5 for me has to be Titans George Perez, the Judas Contract.
That is true. Of course.
Number 4 for me has to be the death of Superman.
Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously.
And then number 3 is the reign of the Superman.
Fair point. I'll give it that. It's the second half of the whole story. I'll give you that.
Yeah, you kind of need that.
Number 2 is Justice League War.
You mean Justice League Origin?
The same thing.
New 52 run. The new 52.
Yeah, it's called Origin.
Yeah, that, right. So that's number 2. And then number 1 is Batman Under the Red Hood.
Obviously. That's one of the best storylines in modern comics.
Great job. I'll tell you. And by the way, before you leave, promote your stuff.
Guys, make sure you guys check me out on YouTube at Taladia Plays. You can search me up. And I've just done a stream with Jared we did a reaction to My Adventure with Superman. I've just done a reaction video to Marvel Spider-Man 2. And soon I'll be doing some stuff with Sil Abdul coming pretty soon, talking about gaming on his channel. So stay tuned for that. So I would like to say also make sure you like the stream and subscribe to Jared, Nick, and Jay here on their channels.
All their links are going to be below. So See you, dude. Matt said Flash Volume 1, number 1. It keyed off the Silver Age of comics. Also Spawn number 1, which was more or less the birth of a viable third big company image. That's true. And even Savage says, yeah, I think Spawn really helped pave the way for guys looking to get outside of Marvel and DC. Tavia, okay, so DC Rebirth is actually not that important. Here's how I know that. It wasn't included in the documentary. Nothing in Rebirth was touched.
I will say this on Spawn. Without Spawn, there would be no Screecher. There would be no Atlas. There would be no Cyber Frog. You know, like Spawn literally paved the way. Like, I mean, yes, there was indie comics before this, but Spawn
It was the juggernaut of modern indie.
Yeah, Spawn brought independent comic books into the mainstream. Like Spawn, like basically imprinted the idea on people's heads, like, oh, there are going to be other companies besides Marvel and DC.
Yeah, exactly. Invincible is important. Batman Year One, good. All-Star Superman, hell yes. Ultimate Spider-Man, yes. Grant Morrison, JLA, yes.
We're forgetting. We're forgetting the most important comic ever since past.
Get him out of the stream.
What the hell, Nick?
Kick him out.
All right, my list is number 1 has to be The Dark Knight Returns, because what that did, that proved that Batman can be a dark character, because that came out before the movie, as a matter of fact.
That saved his IP in a lot of ways.
That saved his IP, because it proved to the movie studio people, because what happened was they were pitching the movie as The Dark Knight Returns was coming out, and the success of The Dark Knight Returns proved to the executives that a serious comic book movie could work. So Dark Knight Returns. Number 2 is Watchmen, because that served to legitimize comic books as a medium. And then I'm talking about Tetevi. I'm talking about the most important books that for the entire genre, not necessarily.
Authority. What are you talking about? Superman versus the Elite, or
Neither of those has the effect of DC that qualifies this.
Literally, no one had heard of the Authority until James Gunn announced it. Literally, no one.
Yeah. Justice League Origin, because here's what you guys have to understand about that. So if that book failed, the New 52 would be dead in the water. The idea was to put our top writer and our top artist on there, which was Jeff Johns at the time and Jim Lee, and let's show them how to do it. And then guess what? It was successful. And it also paved the way for Superman to realize he really loved Wonder Woman, so I had to put that in there. And then in terms of the other really most important comic that I think we could do is Kingdom Come, because that raised the bar for comic book art.
Agreed.
We're forgetting Watchmen.
I said Watchmen. It was my number 2.
Okay.
As for me, and these are in no particular order, Chuck Dixon, hopefully I can get Nick to collab with that. I've already plugged that. Kingdom Come, Death and Reign of the Superman, I count them as a whole. Dark Knight Returns, and Crisis on Infinite Earth, because Crisis on Infinite Earth has a major impact in the genre.
Yeah.
I know where DC's focused, so I need to highlight some Marvel.
That's fair.
You better not say Avengers 200.
No, actually, the first thing I would say was the Ditko Stanley run of Spider-Man.
Yes.
Important. Yes. Frank Miller run on Daredevil.
Okay.
I will say the Ultimate Comics, just like the early stuff, really, because like you got to realize a lot of early MCU was based off of the Ultimate Comics.
Yeah.
And even like a lot of the movies. So
can I make a suggestion, Nick?
Yeah.
Mike Barron's Punisher.
Sure.
Yes.
I think we're forgetting the most. Ed Brubaker's Captain America.
Yes.
Oh.
By the way, we still have to do a stream on that run.
Oh,
that we do.
We got to talk about the Jeff Johns, Ethan Van Sciver run of Green Lantern.
Yes, because that turned Green Lantern. Because first off, not only did he redeem Hal Jordan, because that redeeming and Tevia, if it was way better, how come it didn't sell well? So, in terms of, I'm sorry, I have to do that occasionally. But in terms of that, it's really hard to redeem a character after what Hal Jordan did, and Jeff Johns did it, and then he expanded it to the point where it was DC's Star Wars. Mark Waid's Flash run, I would say so because Speed Force. But anyway, go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry.
Like the thing is, before like Jeff Johns and Ethan Scaver did their thing on Flash, I mean on Green Lantern.
They also did Flash, so that works.
Yeah, but like Green Lantern was kind of an also ran character. It was just more about like individual like lanterns, like Hal, John Stewart. They created an entire mythology of like Green Lantern stuff, like the whole like emotional spectrum. Like created a whole tapestry that is still being used today.
Mm-hmm. Matt says, after Crisis on Infinite Earth, people forget that John Byrne revitalized Superman with Man of Steel. Yeah, Man of Steel, the movie, is actually partially based on that run of comics. Crisis on Infinite Earth itself is a kind of... Yeah.
You mentioned John Byrne. We also have to mention his She-Hulk run.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We turned into a straight-up comedy. That was fantastic. I love that thing.
Like the show was trying to be that, but it just couldn't.
It was the bastardized version of it.
Also,
plus the show never had She-Hulk in a bikini.
Also, She-Hulk was talking to the audience like at least 5 to 10 years before Deadpool did it.
Yeah, because Deadpool it didn't show up until the 90s.
And also the thing that people realize is the Deadpool that we got originally was not the one. Like I think the Deadpool we got now didn't show up until late 90s, 2000s.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, so a Mark Waid's Flash run gave us one of the best story arcs of all time, the return of Barry Allen. True. Yeah. Another Mark Waid run that I think yeah. But I will say Mark Waid is growing on me in terms of writer, not in terms of tweeter, in terms of writer. But Mark Waid's Flash could give us Wally West as the main Flash. Well, he didn't have a choice because Barry was dead.
Yeah, like I'm the same way when it comes to Gail Simone. Like I like her as a writer. Like I think she's a great writer. Her work on Birds of Prey is great. But as a human being / tweeter, it's kind of disgusting.
A buddy of mine, my friend Britt, who is going to do the Super Wonder Legacy show with me, she tweeted out, and what's kind of funny is she tweeted, she shared with me a Gail Simone tweet where someone was asking about Superman, Wonder Woman, and Gail Simone says it never works, never. And then she goes, Gail, stick to writing your own books that don't sell. And then I said, respectfully, well, judging by the amount of sales it actually generated for DC, it did actually work. So there you go. Also, but I just love Britt. She's like, stick to selling your own books that don't work.
Yeah. There's another.
And by the way, George Perez, Wonder Woman.
Yes. Also, I wanted to go really even earlier. Flash of Two Worlds.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes,
that is literally the genesis of the multiverse concept.
And by the way, Dave agrees with us. Oh no, he sucks as a tweeter. Writer good, tweeter ass. Same for Simone. Adore her new 52 Batman run. One of the most solid runs for Barbara Gordon of all time. Here's my one problem with that. Off panel with some throwaway discussion is when she explained about how Barbara was not Oracle anymore. That's kind of lazy.
Yeah,
my favorite Barbara run is the Burnside run.
Her like Gail Simone's Birds of Prey run is great. Like I'm gonna say this though, the only time that I actually liked like Barbara and Richard as a couple was when Gail was writing them.
Mm-hmm. And by the way,
Jared, you know that's high praise.
Yeah, and Jay Heat's favorite Wonder Woman story by Pfeiffer is Amazon's Attack.
I never said that.
That's going to be next year's April Fools. We have to positively review that. Walt Simonson's run on Thor restored Thor to the mythological and cosmic stories. Yes, yes. Invincible because it's paved the way for great stories. Okay. New 52 also screwed over Cassandra Cain background. Yeah, exactly. So those are some of what we think are like the best comics of the most important to the medium of comics. What we may do next week for our comic discussion topic is talk about our favorite just comic runs in general, and be on the lookout for Jay Heat and I doing the Ed Brubaker Captain America stream, because that's gotta happen.
It's gonna happen.
That's gonna happen. And by the way, Tevia kind of agrees with what you put in the group chat, J Heat. So
forgive them, for they not know what they do.
So on that note, boys, we're gonna call it. So Nick, where can we find you, and what have you got coming out in the channel?
Pretty good. I just want to give out one more shout out to like literally the greatest comic storyline ever. One More Day.
One more.
That's it. I'm done.
One more time, Nick, and you don't get to be on the next on the time when I interview Zack Snyder. Don't test me.
Well, it's going to be hard not to have me when I'm the one who brings them in. So,
moving on.
All right, you wonderful people. So find me on Twitter, the Phoenix Press. YouTube starts the same. I got the first episode of my Spider-Man Let's Play is going live tomorrow. If you want to watch me fail again and have Jared mock me and Sammy mock me at every turn, you can do that. It'll be awesome. And then Avatar rewatch, and then then we got Super Screen Brothers on Wednesday. So full slate for you guys.
What about you, J Heat?
As for me, Task Force X New Direction will be out tomorrow. We'll be out tomorrow, as well as after that, the long-awaited God Killer 2.
Oh boy, yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
Nice. I love that.
I also got my Blazing review show where I talk about TV shows and review them. My first review is going to be on My Adventures of Superman. Again, I had connection issues, so I can't really focus on the premiere. So if the thumbnail says solely episodes 1 and 2, that's why. So I'm just going to focus on the 4 we've done so far and maybe in my expectations leading up to the finale, because season 1 is like a mini series. It's 6 episodes, and I think there's going to be like at least 10 going to season 2, at least from what I've heard.
Sweet. In terms of Comics League, my open letter to James Gunn comes out Monday. Tomorrow we are talking about the animated movie Teen Titans: The Judas Contract. Obviously, I'm going to be on Nick's stream for Spider-Man. And then obviously Tuesdays and was it? No. Tuesday is the Justice League rewatch, and then obviously I also have the Avatar rewatch with Nick. I have New Direction, which we are actually going to record as soon as we get out of this. And in terms of Under Two Capes, that's releasing tomorrow. I am going to say that it is the most traumatic podcast episode I have ever recorded. So that's a way to hype it up. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen and comic book fans throughout the multiverse, stay heroic.
Wonderback!